Hey, Cub fans! Welcome back to Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. Cubs took care of business tonight, beating the Astros 7-2 in the opening game of our three-game set here in the middle of the week. And Jordan Wicks started. He was really good, probably the best that he's been so far this year. And Mike Tauchman goes off for his first two home runs of the year. Pretty much carried us between Tauch and Jordan Wicks. So a lot of good news in it, and it's nice to get a win, get this thing rolling. Hopefully we can take care of the Astros in the next couple games as well. And we'll get into the details of that. Before we do that, let's get everybody up to speed with some of the roster moves that were made today. First of note for me is Kyle Hendricks has been placed on the DL. And the way I see it, because it's really kind of the only way to see it, is the first decision that was made was that we just can't give Kyle the ball on the next rotation. We've seen enough. So what do you do with Kyle Hendricks? What do you do with his contract, with the whole situation? So I guess there's a few options. Well, one of them was to put him on the IL, which they did. So Hendricks is on the injured list, so that opens up a roster spot for us, which we needed. And I don't know, maybe they give him some time to work some things out, maybe give him a rehab start or two in Iowa. Maybe if he can get people out in Iowa and show some improvement, they give him another chance. But to me, it looks like Kyle Hendricks is on the shelf until we see what's getting ready to happen. Drew Smiley was also placed on the injured list today, and I think maybe he does have some hip discomfort. I'm not really sure. Didn't get a lot of details in it, but Hendricks and Smiley placed on the injured list today, and Garrett Cooper was DFA'd today. So the opposite side of those moves was they brought up Hayden Wesneski, they brought up Luke Little, and they brought up Matt Mervis, and Matt was in the lineup tonight at DH. So pretty significant day. Three guys in, three guys out roster-wise. So let's go ahead and get to the game. Cubs won 7-2. They got 5 in the first and pretty much cruised the rest of the way. It really never was in doubt. Jordan Wicks started. He pitched really well. Tauch had those the two home runs, his first two home runs of the year. He had them both tonight. I'll talk a little bit more about those. So let's go ahead and get into the lineups. We started Nico Horner in the leadoff spot at second base. Ian Happ was in left field hitting second. Cody Bellinger, center field, hitting third. Michael Busch at first base in the cleanup spot. Christopher Morel, third base, hitting fifth. Dansby at shortstop, hitting sixth. Tauch was in right field in the seventh hole. Mervis was DHing, hitting eighth. And Miguel Amaya was catching, hitting ninth. So we got 7 total, 5 in the first, 1 in the sixth, and 1 in the eighth. We had 6 hits total, 7 walks, 10 strikeouts. We left 6 on base, and we were 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Home runs by Belli had 1, and Tauch had 2. So let's get into the scoring. We scored the 5 runs in the first inning. Ian Happ doubles off the wall in center field. Bellinger comes up, hits the first pitch he sees, 428 feet to right for a 2-run home run. Morel walked, Dansby singled to bring Tauch up with 2 on, and he hits an opposite field line drive into the basket in left field for a 3-run home run, Tauchman's first of the year. We got another run in the 6th inning. Dansby walked. Mervis reached on a catcher's interference. Amaya walked, so we got the bases loaded, and Nico came up and he hit a really solid line drive that short-hopped Altuve at second. He got a glove on it, kept it from going through, but he had to track it down, only had time to get the force out, 4-6. So Nico gets an RBI on a 4-6 fielder's choice, scoring Dansby in the 6th inning. Then in the 8th inning, we got our last run. Tauchman hit another solo home run. Opposite field, probably 3 or 4 rows up. Nice solid shot. So Tauch had a good night. Tauch goes 2 for 3 with a walk, had the one strikeout, 4 RBIs, and scored 2 runs. So let's go back to the top. Let's talk Nico. Nico was he had that fielder's choice. He hit hard. He also had a line out in the second inning, but he didn't have any luck. He goes 0 for 5. Ian Happ went 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. He had that double in the first inning, and he scored a run. Belli went 1 for 3, had the home run and a strikeout, 2 RBIs and a run scored. And I guess I could talk about it now. Belli had sort of an adventurous 4th inning, and it looks like he, in the 4th inning, in one of his adventures, he ran into the wall a little bit, and he came out in the 7th inning for Canario, and it looks like he's got a right rib contusion. So he ran into the wall a little bit, and he was sore. We saw him stretching it out on the in the dugout. So Belli got pulled in the 7th inning, but in the 4th inning, in fact, Jordan Wicks gave up a run and gave up 2 hits in the 4th, and both of those hits were sort of Belli issues. The first one was a double that Bellinger just lost in the sky. It was sort of twilight, kind of halfway in between when the lights would take effect, and I think he just lost it in the sky. Ball ends up hitting the track, and for an official 2-base hit. And then after a 5-3 ground out, another ball is hit to the gap, to the alley. Belli gets there, gets his glove on it. It pops out of his glove and hits the wall for another double. So for whatever reason, it didn't look like Bellinger was seeing the ball really well in that 4th inning. I think it was just the situation with the lighting wasn't good. So those 2 doubles that were charged to Wicks really were balls that normally Bellinger's going to handle. So it was just a little bit of a tough situation for everybody involved there in the 4th. Bush went 0 for 4 tonight. He had a couple of he struck out 3 times, grounded out to shortstop once. Christopher Morel went 0 for 2. I'll give you some numbers here. Christopher Morel is now 3 for his last 42 at-bats. He hasn't homered since April 6th. 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of walks. I don't know. Good news is he played really well at third base. I got him for, I think, 3 or 4 assists and really, really nice plays. Threw the ball well, good glove work. So he's actually looking pretty good in my mind at third base, which is weird. I'm pretty comfortable with him at third base, but now he can't hit. Baseball, he can't predict it. They put Madrigal in for defense in the 8th inning for Morel. Dansby went 1 for 3. He had that single in the 1st, had a walk in the 6th. He scored twice. Then Tauch the 2 for 3 with a walk. Mervis went 0 for 3, had that catcher interference that he reached in the 6th. I don't know. We'll see. I'll just tell you what it looked like tonight with Mervis. It looked like it did the last time he was up. That's what it looked like. So we'll see. Miguel Amaya went 1 for 2, had a couple of walks. I tell you what, Miguel is looking like he's going to start getting, to me, a little more than 50% of the time behind the plate. Looked really good tonight, aggressive at the plate, and of course with Yan Gomez's struggles offensively, I look to see maybe Amaya get maybe 2 out of 3 starts moving forward. We'll see. All right, let's talk about the pitchers. Jordan Wicks is really good tonight. Probably the best outing that Jordan Wicks has had, in my opinion, this year. So his total lines, he went 6 innings, which was critical. That was one of the stats that was brought to our attention today, was that we've got to get our starters going deeper. And it was really important starting now because we've got such a long stretch of games. We've got 11 games in a row, 11 games, 11 days. So our starters need to go deep. We can't be burning up bullpen guys. And I guess in today's baseball, going deep is 6 innings, and that's what we did. We got 6 innings out of Jordan Wicks tonight. 5 hits, 2 of those were those issues with Bellinger. 2 runs, 1 of those issues was with Bellinger too. 4 Ks, he didn't walk anybody. 86 pitches, 57 strikes. So he was really good tonight. He did give up a solo blast in the 5th inning, and to me that's what he gave up. He goes first inning, gives up a hit, 2 strikeouts, 14 pitches, 12 for strikes. Second inning, he goes ground out to Morel, fly out to Belli in center, goes 1-2-3, 14 pitches, 9 strikes. In the third, line out to Bush. Bush made a really nice diving catch for him. Then a pop up to Dansby and a fly out to Happ, 1-2-3 in the third, 14 pitches, 8 strikes. Then the fourth inning, Bellinger. He goes ground out to Dansby, then the one Bellinger lost that dropped on the track, a ground out to Morel, then the next one that popped out of Bellinger's glove scored the run, then he struck out a guy to get out of it. So that fourth inning, to me, Wicks was fine, 18 pitches, 12 strikes. In the fifth inning is when he gives up his solo home run and a single, but he gets out of that pretty quickly, 12 pitches, 9 strikes. And then he goes 1-2-3 in the sixth. Strike out, ground out to Dansby, and a fly out to Tauch in right. 14 pitches, 7 strikes. So that's Jordan Wicks. We've been talking about how he's looking good. He was commanding his fastball, his curve, his change was killing him. I think they started getting aggressive, trying to get to that fastball because nobody wanted any part of that change tonight. Jordan Wicks looked good. That's just fantastic news too. Ben Brown comes in. He pitches the seventh, and he gets a fly out to center and then a fly out to right field. But Canario was out there by then, and Canario made a really nice, smooth running catch to the right center field gap to help Ben Brown. And then Brown got a line out to Nico to end it. So Brown goes 1-2-3. Mark Leiter Jr. pitched the eighth, and it was a little bit of a squirrely eighth. He gets his first guy pop up to Nico, and he gives up a single, and then he gives up or gets what looks like it's going to be a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning, and actually did. But it was overturned. The decision was made late. So Mark comes back out after thinking he just got a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning, comes back out and walks his first guy. And I'm not sure why, but counsel went ahead and pulled Mark and put in Yency. So Yency comes in the eighth inning with 2 on and 2 outs, and he gets the guy to go 5 unassisted, a ground ball to Nico, who just stepped on third. And Yency came in and he pitched the ninth. So Yency's in the ninth inning, but it's a 7-2 game. He gets a strikeout, line out to Nico, and then a nice ground out, routine grounder to Dansby to finish it. So our pitchers were really good tonight. Wicks was excellent. Brown was what you hope. Mark Leiter had that little issue, but Yency was good. So it was a really good night for our pitchers, really good night for Tauch. We still got some struggles, though, offensively. Morel is worrying me, and Bush has been on a little bit of a slide. Belli came out with a contusion in his rib. Mervis looked kind of like he did last time, but Tauch was hot, so he carried us tonight. So it's a good start, though. We've got, we got Tyone scheduled tomorrow, and then we got Assad scheduled for Thursday. Assad's going to go against Verlander, Tyone against Arrighetti. So we got the win. We're 14-9, and that's where we want to be. The Astros are, they got some weak spots. So if we just play well, if we just play as we should, a sweep should be very possible, and that's what we're gunning for. So, all right, that's it for tonight. I'll get back with you after we take care of business tomorrow night. Again, Cubs tonight, 7-2 over the Astros. Wicks with the win. He looked good. Tauch with a couple of homers and 4 RBIs. So those are the players of the game. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Go Cubs, go.